Coming up next on This Week in Torrance, a local business is still going strong after 65 years. We'll take you to the celebration.
Plus, a yard sale for roses. We'll fill you in on the details.
Then the Daily Breeze website gets a new look to help you find the news.
And the Torrance Police Department has a new campaign asking for the community's help in fighting crime. These stories and much more are just seconds away.
Your local news starts right now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to This Week in Torrance. I'm Chun.
And I'm Ben McCain. Thanks for joining us. Here are your top stories. Are you prepared for orange jam? No, it's not that delicious spread on your toast. It's the closing of the 405 freeway in Orange County. For 20 hours, the 405 between the 605 and 22 will be closed from 9 p.m. Saturday, the 17th, until 5 p.m. on Sunday, the 18th. This probably sounds all too familiar for Southern California motorists who had to go through a similar situation with Carmageddon 1 and 2 when the 405 was shut down for a similar period of time in July of 2011 and September 2012 around the Sepulveda Pass. This time, it's Orange County's turn. Crews are scheduled to demolish the old southbound 405 and eastbound 22 connector bridge during the closure. The so-called Bridge Bash is part of a $277 million project to link carpool lanes between three local freeways. More than 300,000 vehicles pass through this stretch of freeway on an average summer day, but officials are confident the project will go off without a hitch, much like the previous Carmageddon closures. For more information on the project, visit octa.net/bridgebash.
Honda has a new hybrid on the market that can help save gas and the environment, and they're letting the city of Torrance take it on a year-long test drive. Reporter Haley Skeen has the details.
Torrance employees are signing up for what some would hardly call a tough assignment.
I want you to use the car and help us learn about how people are working with new types of technology.
Honda is loaning its new Accord hybrid to the city of Torrance for a year, and city employees can sign up to try it out.
We have a couple councilmen that like to use them a lot, but the employees will use them Monday through Friday, and you get to see what it's like.
Honda rep Steve Center presented Mayor Frank Scotto with the keys to the 2014 model, and there's plenty of new features to work with.
It's also the sedan with the highest fuel efficiency rating in the United States at 115 miles per gallon equivalent.
This new Honda has a hybrid engine, but you might not even need it. It gets about 13 miles on its electric battery. Mayor Scotto says Honda drivers will avoid a common drawback to electric vehicles.
For 10 years or 150,000 miles, the battery in the car is covered under warranty, so it would be replaced. And that's typically one of the objections that people have towards buying a hybrid or electric vehicle.
Councilman Cliff Newmark says drivers won't have to worry about finding a place to charge their Honda around town.
We're actually developing electric vehicle charging infrastructure so folks can actually fill up should they stop at a park or a library.
And Councilman Sutherland says city-operated chargers are another cost cutter for drivers.
And they're used all the time by us and by residents who want to come in and charge. In essence, they're getting free fuel.
Not only will the car cut costs for the driver, it will also cut down on pollution.
So this kind of car that has literally no emissions is incredible for not only driving on the freeway, but also environmentalists.
Torrance City Hall has 2 chargers that anyone can use. And the wait time for a full charge is less than an hour. For This Week in Torrance, I'm Haley Skeen.
Thanks, Haley. The new Accord hybrid is available now for purchase or lease at Torrance Honda dealerships.
The mayor and city council members were back in session this week where they received the hybrid Accord from Honda just outside City Hall to get things started. Here's an update on the rest of the latest meeting. Police officer James Wallace was honored upon his retirement after 24 years of service with the city. Wallace served in various assignments within the department, including gang detail, SWAT, and the new cold case team, just to name a few. One of his greatest contributions was his work on the department's Nobility Project, which is a program used to remind our law enforcement personnel why they choose this profession and how our core values guide us in all that we do. The mayor and council also recognized the City of Torrance 2013 summer interns. The internship program is designed to introduce college students to careers in public service. 7 students were selected to work in 5 different departments over a 6-week period, gaining experience in a professional setting and providing assistance on special projects. The council adjourned the meeting in the memory of 2 Torrance icons. Yvonne Tressel passed away on June 30th, just shy of her 85th birthday. A longtime resident and community volunteer, Tressel was a significant participant in the PTA and band activities at West High. She also played the cello for the Beach Cities and Torrance Symphony before going on to sing in the Torrance Civic Chorale with her husband, Will. Yvonne is survived by her children, Patricia, David, and Barbara, and 7 grandchildren. A Torrance resident of more than 50 years, Newton Young, passed away on August 10th at the age of 85. Young served in the Korean War as a United States Marine and then went on to graduate from Pepperdine University, where he met his wife, Evelyn. Young worked as a parole officer for many years with the California Youth Authority before retiring and becoming active in local politics. He is survived by his wife of 55 years, 2 children, and 5 grandchildren. You can catch replays of this week's council meeting right here on CitiCABLE 3 on Time Warner Cable or Verizon Fios Channel 31 every Wednesday and Thursday at 10 p.m. and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. You can also watch online at torranceca.gov.
Local residents swapped the roof over their heads for the chance to help fight homelessness. Reporter Haley Skeen has a story behind the campout.
Armed with duct tape and cardboard, community members got to work constructing shelters for a night outdoors.
We'll get some more cardboard to do the rest of it.
This cardboard box city is actually a fundraiser put on by Family Promises of the South Bay. Vice Chair Julie Jack says that although participants had to forego the luxuries of indoor living, the event is a lot of fun.
People come and make their houses out of cardboard and decorate them, and we're going to have some prizes tonight for the best decorated house, the biggest house.
Box City campers got creative in building their cardboard homes with the goal of calling attention to homelessness.
There are about 7,000 homeless people living in our community at the South Bay, and 1 in 4 is a child.
Torrance City Council member Pat Fury served as honorary mayor of Cardboard Box City.
We certainly have a problem that sometimes goes unnoticed.
Fury says spreading awareness is an important first step.
I fully believe that when people in Torrance and the South Bay know about it, they will open their arms and open their pocketbooks to assist with it.
Donations raised through Cardboard Box City will help fund Family Promises' effort to provide food and shelter for families while they help the parents find jobs.
35 to 40 days we're able to get these families employed and back in stable housing.
But the program's success relies on the Torrance community.
It does take a village. It takes a lot of people to help.
While Box City is an annual event, organizers say they service homeless families year-round. For This Week in Torrance, I'm Haley Skeen.
Thanks, Haley. Family Promises of the South Bay is one of 182 affiliates nationwide. To lend a hand, visit them at familypromisesosb.org.
If you haven't logged into the Daily Breeze website recently, you're in for an exciting new experience. The Los Angeles News Group, which includes the Breeze and 8 other newspapers, completely redesigned their sites with the readers in mind. The new format boasts a cleaner, faster presentation with an easier search function. Whether you're looking for local, national, or global news, the site is better organized, making it easier to find the most important stories of the day, with breaking news in the left-hand column and the center featuring a variety of stories with large, colorful photos. When you roll over topics like sports or business, you not only get a list, but a preview of that section's biggest story. If you're used to the old site, it might take some getting used to, but with more than a year of work by designers and journalists, the new site provides a more dynamic and enjoyable overall experience.
The current economy can be tough for both residents and businesses, but with the help of a tried and true principle, one local company has stood the test of time for 65 years. Here's reporter Shannon Murphy with the details.
It isn't often you celebrate 65-year anniversaries, but this Torrance business is doing just that, and it even drew the attention of a special guest.
I thought any business that's been in business that long needs to be honored. So I'm here to say congratulations.
1, 2, 3.
Griswold & Griswold has been helping residents and businesses for years with their insurance needs and recently expanded their offerings.
For 65 years, obviously, they've been a staple here in the community. They do a lot, not only for people looking for everyday insurance, but also they're huge with the nonprofits.
So we were approached by a local nonprofit to review their coverage a couple years ago, and it was so rewarding being able to help them, and especially because there's such an underserved area of business that we decided to focus on that as one of our specialties.
And with the new specialty came a new certification.
We were certified at B Corporation. We're the first in the city of Torrance, and I think we're probably about the third or fourth just in the South Bay.
B Corporation certified, which is a third-party certification where we get audited to make sure that we attain certain environmental and social responsibility standards. And as part of our business practice, we give back to all the nonprofits who are clients.
The new B certification and expanded services to include nonprofits are just two examples of how the agency has grown and adapted throughout the years. But one simple staple has helped them more than others.
One of the things that has always been a constant, though, that's kept us in business is our customer service, and that's something that we're so incredibly proud of.
Founded in 1948 by Bill Griswold, son Stephen hopes to continue the legacy for the next 65 years and beyond.
I'm exceedingly proud. First I have clients who knew my dad for decades, and they always call and say how much he'd helped them, and are glad that I'm there to continue on, being there for them and their families.
For This Week in Torrance, I'm Shannon Murphy.
Thanks, Shannon. Griswold & Griswold is also certified as a green business and has earned numerous awards from civic and professional organizations. For more information, visit griswoldinsurance.com.
El Retiro Library will be closed for approximately 2 months for ADA improvements, including modification of the public restrooms, the entryway, and parking for the disabled. All other Torrance libraries will be open to fit your needs during this time. If you have items you checked out from El Retiro, you can still return them to the book drop or at any other Torrance library. You can also renew materials at the other libraries or online at library.torranceca.gov. Coming up, looking for a fun activity this fall? Look no further than the Torrance Cultural Arts Center.
And a summer stroll with a history lesson will take you on the tour.
This is the ocean, and this is Kipper. Kipper doesn't live in the ocean, but if she did, this is likely what would happen. This is Sparky, and this is habitat destruction. Boozer doesn't like it, neither does Fluffy. We wouldn't let this happen to Kipper, Sparky, Boozer, or Fluffy. In the oceans, it's worse. Lacking opposable thumbs, Kipper can't take action, but you can. Visit BeringSeaCanyons.org.
Oh, hey, bud. Where are you headed?
Just gonna hang out.
With Gary and Todd?
Yeah?
I've been meaning to ask you, is there any drinking going on in this crowd?
No.
If any of your buddies ever pressure you to take a drink, just tell them you promised your dad you wouldn't. I'd do anything to keep you safe.
Okay, I will.
I hope this is working.
I promise. Love you too, Dad.
They really do hear you. For tips on what to say, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
If your cable provider is Time Warner, you may have noticed that you're missing CBS, but there is a simple way to still watch your favorite shows. A contract dispute between the two companies resulted in Time Warner dropping CBS and its affiliates like KCAL9 and Showtime. While the companies work through their conflict, one way to get around the blockout is to pick up TV signals the old-fashioned way. Tim Donahue at Britt Service Center in Torrance says he recommends an indoor antenna. While you'll only see the extra channels on a single TV set, you can pick up one for less than $20. Or if you want to splurge, you can always get the outdoor aerial antennas for just about $200. They're easy to install, and you'll get every TV under your roof to pick up those temporarily blocked out channels, including every locally broadcast station, free.
Every Thursday, the Downtown Marketplace has been bringing shopping and fun activities to Old Town Torrance, and they've been doing it for a full year now. Reporter Faith Lee has the story on this anniversary celebration.
When Michael Schaefer began organizing the marketplace a year ago, he created it with a specific vision in mind.
When I was growing up in New York, there was always street fairs and things like this where the community came out, walked around, took their dogs or their kids for a walk, and saw each other and was able to talk to each other and also do some shopping and support the community.
And that's how the marketplace was born. It's become a place where Torrance residents can connect with one another.
I live in the neighborhood, so I've been coming here to shop and look around, and I just like the environment because there's always a different event, and it's just really nice to connect with the community. I always see people I know here. It's just fun.
The marketplace started off in downtown Torrance in 2012 as a small street fair with only 8 to 10 vendors. Now the fair has tripled its size and has up to 45 vendors every week.
The marketplace has really grown. There's a lot more vendors, there's a lot more people that attend. The community has really gotten involved.
Vendors sell a variety of products from goat smoke soap to knitted hats to even plants for your home garden.
People really bring creative things and things that they're really passionate about here, and it's nice to see what other people are interested in.
The marketplace also creates an opportunity for families to spend some quality time.
And I think it's a great experience for everyone. It gets the community involved, it gets some family members involved, it gets people to enjoy the outdoors for a little while, and it gets other people to enjoy some of the goods that they sell here.
Schaefer said he plans to expand the marketplace as much as he can.
We'd like to eventually have 100 vendors down here and have communities, other communities come out and enjoy what downtown Torrance has to offer.
As the marketplace continues to grow, so do the friendships between the vendors and the visitors.
My favorite part about the marketplace is just the people and the atmosphere. Everybody is just, they're great. It's just I've made a lot of great friends, and it's just a lot of fun to come down here.
For This Week in Torrance, I'm Faith Lee.
Thanks, Faith. The marketplace is open every Thursday from 3 to 8 p.m. For more information, visit facebook.com/Downtown Torrance Marketplace.
While some people are wrapping up their summertime activities and getting ready for fall, a Torrance organization is skipping far ahead to prepare for the new year. Reporter Jennifer Hua dropped by a fundraising event held by the Torrance Rose Float Association to see what they're doing to raise money for our city's 2014 parade float.
Going to yard sales isn't something Allison Alvarado typically does, but after moving into a new place in Torrance and starting college in the fall, she decided shopping on a budget wasn't such a bad idea.
There's a lot of stuff over here that is actually pretty good. It's decent stuff and for a very cheap price. As you can see, I bought a lot and it was only less than $10.
Like Alvarado, many other residents searched through the yard for great steals, but the sale wasn't just about finding a great bargain.
From cameras to telephones and even to TVs, every single one of these items is less than $20, and it's all going towards the Torrance Rose Float Association.
In the past, the city supplied $150,000 to the Torrance Rose Float Association. Due to budget cuts, city funding was no longer available, so the organization became nonprofit in 2012. Since then, members and volunteers have been finding different ways to raise money for the float.
This is one of our newest fundraisers. We made about, I think, $1,200 to $1,400 yesterday, and this is only Saturday morning.
All the items from the 3-day sale were donated by the organization's members, which are all hoping to reach the goal of raising $50,000 by the end of the year.
We expect to have most of this sold before the end of the weekend, and we're looking forward to making a big donation to our Torrance Rose Float.
This fundraiser was an opportunity for some residents to show that they care about keeping an old city tradition alive.
I've lived in Torrance all my life, and I'm, fourth generation, so we're just here. I'm just here to support City of Torrance.
And the support means everything to those who'd like to see our city's float go down Colorado Boulevard on New Year's Day.
It's something where actually the community can help towards, and it's something that's representing us.
For This Week in Torrance, I'm Jennifer Hua.
Thanks, Jennifer. The Torrance Rose Float Association has another fundraiser coming up. Their Meatballs and Bingo event is taking place on August 22nd, where anyone can drop by to have some pasta while playing bingo. For tickets or more information on how you can donate to the organization, visit TorranceRosefloat.com.
The Torrance Historical Society has been teaching residents about our 100-year-old city in unique ways for years. One recent program celebrated its second outing with a nice stroll around town. Here's Faith Lee with the story.
Local residents came out to downtown Torrance recently to take part in the area's second annual summer stroll.
On this tour, what we do is we go to a location.
and then we show photos and stuff from the newspapers and tell a little bit.
Janet Payne, one of the event's coordinators, guided a group of 45 residents around the 3-block tour of downtown Torrance, giving participants a little lesson on the city's rich history, all the while stopping at various restaurants along the way to taste some of the best in local cuisine.
Now, a lot of you probably know that right over there is American Honda. But in the early days of Torrance, that was the mill, the steel mill, Llewellyn Iron Works.
The city of Torrance has come a long way since its incorporation 100 years ago. Murray Hotel became the Buffalo Fire Department, and the once Torrance Cycle and Fix-It shop is now the Torrance Bakery.
The pictures of the architectural history is amazing because they've amassed all this great stuff in the Historical Society, and then they actually take you and show you what it looked like then and what it looks like now and what happened between those times.
If you think you've lived in a city long enough to know everything about it, think again, as you're sure to discover a new fact or two about Torrance's rich history.
For me, I enjoy the information that's they're giving us, that some of the really older stuff. I've been, a resident of Torrance for 60 years. Some of the little ins and outs that I didn't know about, it's kind of fun to learn that stuff.
The restaurants on tour include the Red Car Brewery and Restaurant, Just Luigi's, and Tortilla Cantina, where they provided free nibbles and sips for their guests.
We're having some fajitas tonight.
Looks like sausage and peppers to me.
Yeah, I guess you call it fajitas.
The tour has gained so much popularity in one short year. With everyone enjoying themselves, it is easy to tell why the tickets were sold out in just 48 hours.
Got such a 3-hour fun night, going to all these different places, trying all this different food, and having sips of homemade beer and, really nice wine.
President of the Historical Society Museum, Jamie Watson, said the tour also hopes to support local businesses in downtown.
So on the summer stroll, it's not like going from building to building and someone pointing out this is a brick and this is not a brick, but it's like going to what's actually here and thriving in downtown Old Torrance.
If a year seems too long of a wait for you to join the next tour, Payne said there's a possibility for a winter stroll in the future. For This Week in Torrance, I'm Faith Lee.
Thanks, Faith. The summer stroll might be over, but the Historical Society is hosting a free walking tour of Old Torrance on August 25th. If you want to learn about how an explosion blasted Torrance into existence and get acquainted with the city's history, go to torrancehistoricalsociety.org to reserve your seats.
The Torrance Cultural Arts Center held an open house where residents were able to drop by and check out some of the classes that will be offered during the upcoming season. Reporter Jennifer Hua was there to show us what fun classes you can take in the fall.
Artists, musicians, dancers, and athletes all gathered to show off their special skills at the Torrance Cultural Arts Center open house. But this wasn't any sort of talent show. It was an opportunity for residents to get a small taste of the classes offered during the center's fall season. Some of the classes that were showcased included piano lessons where kids could learn all the right notes for playing a classic melody, and a relaxing ceramics class where students can create beautiful pieces of pottery to bring home.
This is just kind of a fun little thing to do. If you notice, my hand is just moving up and down. With the wheel turning.
Creative classes weren't the only things that visitors got to preview. A fencing match was set up for those who were interested in seeing what the sport was all about, and seniors were able to watch a short Tai Chi session to determine if it would be the perfect class to test their physical abilities.
And you push the person away. And you relax, you come on your heel.
These classes aren't just for people who are looking for a new hobby, but it's also for people who'd like to tighten up skills they may already have.
If you come in, you're not interested in what the instructor's doing, and you've done this before, let's say, you can come in, sit down at the wheel, work at the tables, hand build, make your own things, and the instructors will help you with that.
Even though this season's classes are coming to an end, the fall classes offer an opportunity for anyone to enjoy activities that they may have missed over the summer. For This Week in Torrance, I'm Jennifer Hua.
Thanks, Jennifer. Classes at Torrance Cultural Arts Center for the fall season began the week of September 15th. Registration starts on August 20th and continues until the third week of class. To see a list of all the classes, visit torranceca.gov or drop by the center to pick up the fall catalog. Coming up after the break, if you see something, say something. This simple phrase has local residents helping the police fight crime. We have a special in-studio guest to tell us all about it when we come back.
At that moment, it hit me. This is why I joined the Guard. I couldn't believe it. I just saved a life. Somebody from my hometown. Be there for your community at NationalGuard.com.
The Torrance Police Department recently celebrated the 30th anniversary of the National Night Out campaign with local neighborhood watch groups. Part of the event featured a new initiative from the police department. If you see something, say something. With us in the studio is Sergeant Chris Rusin to tell us all about it. Hey Chris, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing great. Tell us about the campaign.
Well, the campaign, the See Something, Say Something campaign, is basically an informational documentary video that we would like to get out to the public, especially the citizens of Torrance.
And tell us why you made this production video.
Well, there's no disguising that there's an increase in crime. We believe that the increase of crime is because of AB 109. AB 109 is an assembly bill that has released thousands and thousands of prisoners. We believe that those prisoners are still out doing crimes, and we want to educate the public on how to identify certain crime trends, and basically if they see something suspicious to call the police.
And why is it that some of our residents don't want to call the police?
You know, I don't know. I think part of it is that they feel that they're bothering us, and they're not bothering us. We just want to make sure that they're involved, they know what we're looking for, and this informational video will basically educate them about what's going on, and if they do see something, to call us.
Now, if they're watching and they want to get involved in their neighborhood watch program, what do they need to do?
Well, there's a few things you can do. You can call the Torrance Police Department Community Affairs Division and get in contact with one of our officers to be part of Neighborhood Watch, or you can go onto our website, and on our website, online services, there is a Neighborhood Watch request.
So what I'm hearing is, if you see something, say something, call the police.
Absolutely.
Okay. Chris Rusin, thank you very much for stopping by. Jen and I will be back right after this. Don't go away.
If you're a man over 50, you're in a group most likely to develop skin cancer, including melanoma. That's why your best shot is to check for a spot. Follow through and check your skin. Go to spotskincancer.org to find out how.
Well, that's going to do it for us on This Week in Torrance. I'm Ben McCain.
And I'm Chun. If you've missed any portion of our show, you can catch us again at 11 and 6. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.